Comedy Radio Show also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. So call Two Eagles Auto Body and ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show is brought to you by the Roslyn Social, North Shore's premier rooftop lounge, located in the heart of Roslyn Village at 1363 Old Northern Boulevard. Give them a call, 516-801-4963, and say hi to Nick. Fantastic food, great atmosphere.
We are having so much fun, and we know you're going to love our next guest. His name is Tony Walker, and he is a comedy guy. Comedy cures everything. So.
Absolutely. I had cancer at the age of 32, and I do believe that the laughter and the positive attitude got me through it just as much as the medications did, which led to the comedy troupe that I run called Knockem Dead Comedy. We do dinner theater, murder mysteries, game shows, kid shows. We're not stand-up or anything like that, just comedy shows, variety shows.
You go to restaurants and where else? Like theaters?
Restaurants, private parties, corporate events, fundraisers. Did I say fundraisers?
Fundraisers, firehouses.
Comedy shows, they're murder mysteries, they're audience participation. It's a scripted show because there's clues and hints that have to go out, but it's not a don't blink or you'll miss something. It's not Agatha Christie.
Right.
It's a comedy. It's lighthearted, but one of the characters does get killed,
right.
And then the audience has to figure out who did it and why. And if it's a private party or a corporate event, we personalize it to fit their event.
Now, do you ask the audience for help with the mysteries? Or
Yeah, they solve it.
All by themselves.
Based on what they saw during the show, we even give them a little section where they can interrogate the suspects.
Oh, that's
and,
fun.
So we'll deflect, deny, point fingers at other characters, but everybody makes the rounds throughout the whole room and talks to people.
The show is guaranteed. It's 100% guaranteed fun.
Totally.
Everywhere we go,
always.
Everybody loves that show.
The audience just get so involved, and there's just such a part of the show, and that makes it even better.
Other things that you do aside from mystery.
we do game shows. Oh, the game show, we have a podium with lights and buzzers and sounds, and it's basically
Like
a trivia game show, or it could be, again, we ad-lib with that too. So they may want a trivia game show, but if we show up and they're a loud, boisterous group and they're a lot of fun, we could ask them to do funny physical challenges or do some karaoke or whatever, or name that tune, whatever we feel like doing, and they'll be willing to do. We'll take it there.
What movie introduced the phrase, "There's no crying in baseball"?
Oh, wait.
What letter comes after A? Go ahead. B is correct!
Is there a favorite skit that you do that just still cracks you up every time you do it?
We do a lot of audience participation murder mystery shows, comedic murder mystery shows. And there's two shows. We have a mob show. We're in New York. You have to have the mob shows. And we have a Redneck Wedding, which is just
I have to come see that one.
You're welcome anytime. Anytime. In fact, I even brought you a shirt.
Growing up in St. Louis, Missouri, I have to say, you did?
Oh, of course I did.
Hey!
That you will wear everywhere you go. In fact, I have a whole bunch. I'm giving one out to everybody.
Everywhere I go. Okay.
That's right.
There you go.
Knockem Dead Comedy.
Oh, that's great.
Can I
Knockem Dead
pretend I'm
Comedy.
drinking something?
Excellent. Yeah, you can pretend like you're drinking something.
I'm having fun on the set.
We actually do put water in it when guests ask.
Just
we
not
do, but
this
if you
guest,
if you don't ask ahead of time, wait, this one's full of water. You ready?
Nice.
1, 2, 3. All right, there you go.
Johnny, you have a good time tonight or what?
Had an awesome time.
All right. KDC, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, all right.
is Govs Radio.
Govs Radio.
Okay. Okay, we'll just do that for right now.
3-2 to Mookie Wilson. Little roller up along first. Behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
Hello, Tony. Mookie Wilson here, 1986 Mets. How you doing? Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, that Knockem Day Comedy Radio, man. I miss you. I wish I was still up there, man. But I'll wait till it warm up a little bit, and hopefully this year things will be a little bit better, man. But when we're talking about comedy, hey, the early years of Mets was a lot to laugh about. You had to make a lot of comedy off those guys. Hey, hope to see you guys during the summer, and hopefully get back on the show, man, at some point in time during the course of the year, all right? All right? Yeah, fine. Contact me, man. All right, Tony. Talk to you later.
3-2 to...
Knockem dead. Knockem dead. Comedy show.
Oh, we're on. Hi. You just said you turn the mics on.
I
That's what
said
you
5 seconds, and I'm going to turn
Oh,
your mics on
I didn't
right
hear
now.
the 5-second part. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Knockem Dead Comedy Podcast, coming at you live on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. That is the name of the YouTube channel. That is the name of the Facebook page. But we're interacting with you on the YouTube channel. So please share the show, copy the link, and tell everybody you know about all the great shows here at Gov's Comedy Club Podcast, and tell them about this one because we're on right now. And we appreciate you guys hanging with us. Hello, Kirsten. Hello, Beansy. Hello, Jeff Bosey. The Knockem Dead Comedy Podcast coming at you live from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club, where this weekend you will see Brian Scott McFadden. And in the Giggle Room, you'll see Carrie Karavis and the Geek Squad. At the Brokerage in Belmore this weekend, Isabel Hagen. And at McGuire's out there in Bohemia, there's a great comedy show. I have no idea who's playing there. And don't forget, also, a week from today, right here at Governor's in Levittown, is the beginning of our improv class that's starting. It's going to be in the Giggle Room. We have all the great comedy classes like Rich Walker and Peter Bale's class at the Brokerage, John Truson's class here at Governor's. Well, there'll also be an improv class. First time ever that they're doing that here. So we're very excited.
It is, and you got like the best person to do it. So
The
I'm
best
really
instructor
excited
there
about
is.
it.
We were just talking yesterday to Courtney, who was in here with us. She said she worked with John Dorsick and loves him.
She said not only worked with him, she took his class, and
Right,
so
yes.
so she was like, I can't say enough about it, and we didn't even know that she had done that. She loved it.
Yeah.
So yeah, sign up, people, because you'll have a great time. Learning improv is a really cool thing. It's what, just 6 weeks?
6 weeks, and then there's a graduation show. So you get to perform some improv right here at the legendary Governor's Comedy Club.
Yeah, but even just for the 6 weeks, what is it, a Monday or a Tuesday?
It's every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday.
A week from today.
Nice.
Today's Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Tuesday, right. Okay. And speaking of Tuesday, we got Tuesday trivia coming at you in a little while.
Dun, dun, dun.
And let's see. Oh, so go to govs.com and find out the schedule for all the shows and all the classes and all the good stuff. Govs.com to get the schedule, make your reservation. And don't forget, make your reservation for April 1st. Knockem Dead Comedy.
Oh, yeah.
April
Sorry, I'm on
1st.
it. Dun, 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 dun,
I say April 1st every day.
You do?
Yeah, I do. April 1st.
I think you're kidding.
Knockem Dead
See
Comedy.
See what I did there?
Yeah,
That even hurt me.
Awful. Knockem Dead Comedy performing our hilarious mob-themed murder mystery in the Giggle Room. It's going to be a blast. Make your reservations now. It's only $20. And then it's just a 2-item minimum. You can just buy 2 waters if you want to, but that's no fun. You got to get beer or wine or something. But join us.
Chamomile tea.
Chamomile tea.
That's what I got once there. The waitress was like, what?
They have great food here, so enjoy some food, some drinks, and laugh your ass off with Knockem Dead Comedy on April 1st. Govs.com. That's where you can make all your reservations. And last but not least, if you'd like to start your own podcast, whether it's your own thing that you just stream yourself or you want to do a live podcast right here at on our station, or you need to record something, or even just audio, we'll hook you up. Contact us on our Facebook page, Govs Comedy Club Podcast, and we'll hook you up. We got lights, we got cameras, we got microphones, we got Zoom capabilities, we got graphics, we got 4 phone lines, monitors. We'll make it happen for you. It'll be a lot of fun. So contact us, and we'll hook you right up. All right, I think I'm done with announcements. Thank goodness. And look who's here, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Cassandro is here. It's been almost 2 years to the day.
2 years to the day. Correct.
Crazy.
2 or 3?
2.
St.
Okay.
Patty's 2 years ago.
Okay.
Just as things were starting to...
Just as we were having a good time.
That's right. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We were having a good time.
You actually came in here twice, I think, just within the month of March.
Right.
And we were talking about it before we went on the air. I remember both of us sitting here saying, "Oh, some people are getting sick. They're making a big deal out of nothing." And then a month later, we had you on the phone. You're like, "No, this is awful. I'm dying."
Yeah.
So how you been?
I've been
2 years.
I've been all right. I guess I've been all right. I'm still here, right?
You look healthy. You look happy.
All right. I look happy. That's good to know.
So everybody survived. Everybody good.
Survived.
Nice.
Everybody survived. Just trying to adapt. It's like coming out of the basement, and getting the sun in your eyes for the first time, right?
Well, and you didn't say coming out of the closet. So
I didn't come out of the closet yet. We've got to build up some more strength for that. My wife might be listening on this show, so we're not going to do that today. But,
surprise!
Everything's good,
yeah.
Can't complain. I'm just happy to see things getting back to normal.
Absolutely, yeah.
But it was crazy on my drive here. I said, "Oh man, that was 2 years ago."
That's crazy. Yeah, time just goes. So
and then it was like a week later. It was just like I was saying, right? When I walked in here the first time, it looked like we were going to perform open heart surgery. There was hand soap and sanitizers everywhere.
Yeah.
Nobody knew what to do.
Yeah,
right? You're spraying people with Lysol as they walked past you. Everybody was fucking losing their mind.
We didn't know what to do. I didn't realize how little I knew about the length of time I had to wash my hands. I just, my whole life, I didn't realize it was like a, 10-hour job just to.
Right. Between your teeth and your hands, you got to get up an extra hour
everyone
early.
Was so worried. I mean, still going around, but yeah, but that at that time, we have 2 kids born around St. Patrick's Day. So we had birthdays, people were ill, restaurants were closing. Like one of the last time we went out to dinner for a really long time was for our daughter's birthday, and we my son's sitting next to me, and he looks like he's ill, and they're like, yeah, I think it was like the next day or something that the restaurant closed or something. It was really close.
Oh yeah, and the clubs and everything, and then we were I can't tell you how happy I am that it's over, because we were in here over a year. We were the only ones in this building for a year. This place is so energetic, especially on the weekends, obviously. But even during the week, it's energetic because sometimes you'll get a comedian that just stops by, or we get a lot of great comedians hanging out. And then for over a year, it was just so dead. And the two of us in here just kind of trying to keep an energy going. Man, it was...
Well, I think it's a testament to your relationship that one of you didn't kill the other one.
Yeah, there were times. Yeah.
Oh, she beat me up on a regular basis.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
And then a lot of the people that were doing shows in here, they wanted to... We asked them, like, do you think you could do a quarantine life? Just take an hour during the week and go live and show people what it's like in your life during quarantine. And we were rotating those shifts and doing those schedules, and people's internet didn't work, or it was like they'd have problems with it, or some of the shows were just really touching and great, and I'm experiencing that same exact thing. It was like a rough couple of years.
Yeah. Well, it's just going to be nice to go out and actually to go to a restaurant.
Just go out, period.
And when you order a special, you actually know what you're getting, as opposed to clams and you're like, oh shit, I didn't know it had poblano peppers in there. You can't see anybody's face. You didn't know what the hell they're telling you.
Yeah.
It's just the most bizarre thing in the world.
It's really hard for people, and you don't even realize it. My son has audio processing, so he has no problems hearing. His ears work perfect, but when a sentence goes in, sometimes when he processes it takes like a little while. It's like a little delayed, and you wouldn't even know. It's not that big of a deal. He's in college, everything's fine. But he was like, you have no idea. I didn't realize how often I was watching people speak when they talk, and now that's gone.
Oh, you mean reading their lips? You mean?
Yeah, he didn't realize how much he was focusing on their facial expressions. He does it more than other people because he has to, and that was all taken away for a couple of years. So
I mean, you hope that they learn, but chances are they don't. The people who make these rules is that you can't have a blanket policy for 300 million people. Right. It's just, it's absurdity to think that you can come up with one way that's going to work for everybody. And hopefully they learn their lesson, because...
well, that was the thing. I mean, it was... Who would have thought, just a year, even just a few days before, that things were going to go the way they did. So we were all learning as we were going.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And we weren't even going to come in here because everything was all closed up. And I'm like, well, if we're the only ones in here, then we're not going to get sick. So,
from a comedy standpoint, you started coming in because you were looking to get back in.
I was looking to get back in.
You took some time off.
Right. I was going to be doing a show in the Little Room with one of Terry McNeely's shows.
Okay.
And it was in a month or so. And I said, you know what, I just hadn't had a mic in my hand in a long time. I said, let me just, adapt. I was toying with the idea of doing a podcast forever. I was just trying to understand the concept and the process. And then a big elephant just shit on all those dreams real fast. It was crazy. As I remember, because even you guys, you were in this, things were happening. It was excitement. It was we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And I was and then he called you 3 days later. I was like, hey, I'm going to come by Friday. You're like, no, you're not. You're like, you can't. Yep. Sorry, it's just us. So that's what brings me here today, because we're back to that same process. So now basically, I'm going to be doing May in the Little Room.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
They're calling it McNeely. They call it the Giggle Room now.
They call it the Giggle Room.
Because they made it bigger.
They made it bigger. They expanded it.
Because it's not little anymore.
Right.
It holds about 90 people now.
Adds a little more pressure to the comic, too, right?
No, it's still nice. It's like I don't know how they did it, because they extended it. They added more tables and stuff, but it still seems intimate, and so it's actually a really good room. Yeah, everyone who walks in there, you hear about it, and you're like, oh, okay, I wonder what it's going to be like, and you walk in there, and this is good.
So when are they billing it as the Chris comeback show? Or?
I don't think so. I'm on a poster though. I'm on his poster.
Nice.
So yeah, it's
May what?
May 7th, Friday, May 7th. Terry McNeely is headlining. And he was gracious enough to throw me on his show.
Nice.
And I'm just trying to get my feet back under me.
So that'll be the first show back.
That'll be the first show back up on a stage. and I gotta try and I'm just trying to because the last 2 years, I guess. I'm sure I stayed just as funny, but there's a lot of anger too. That's just like, so I was like, all right,
There's
I
a
got
lot
to figure
to
out:
catch up on.
am I being funny or am I really
Am I a
being
dick?
road raging?
Yeah, it works.
How many minutes do you have?
I don't know. I haven't even gone over
You
the
haven't figured
particulars
that
with them. I used to do shows with Terry. I used to be on some of his shows, and we always worked well together. So I'm sure he'll let me know, and we'll figure it out.
So this will be your first show back on stage in how long?
This will be my first stage presence, probably in about 8 years.
Whoa!
7 to 8 years, yeah. Wow. This might be the longest I've gone for coming back. I used to, I do it, and it is what it is, right? So then you get a job, and then you get married, and then you have a kid, and then you go here. So that 2
Kids
years,
get in the way of everything.
Kids get in the way of everything. I'm telling you, we were just talking about this.
That's true. Yeah.
9 years old, they
I
should
used
be
to
on
think
bikes in the parks.
yeah, after I think one of them was like 10, and I remember thinking, what did I do before this? I didn't realize how much free time I had before they came in. I should have traveled. I should have done something. You just don't I would people that are just about to have kids or thinking about. I'm like, do something this year, man.
Go do what you need
go
to do.
do whatever you want to do this year because it'll be 20 years
before you get to do it again.
Yeah.
I had kids for one reason only: child labor.
There you go.
And that's what we were talking about. We can't. They don't.
Didn't work out.
They don't.
Doesn't work out.
Yeah,
as
they
planned.
don't really work that hard.
No.
And they complain
when they do work.
A little bit.
A little bit. When they work a little bit, it's like.
There's a slight eye roll.
Yeah.
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 Whereas, we wouldn't have been alive.
Yeah.
if that eye roll came.
Yeah,
in.
I think it was
There he
also
is.
because we used to go out as kids, right? And
Yeah.
make our own fun.
Yes.
So we were working all the time. Like everything was a struggle.
Absolutely.
You'd be outside with 3 rocks, a couple of bikes.
And that's all we
figure
needed.
your shit out.
We made it work for us.
I went on a 2-hour trip to Jersey last week with a friend of mine. We took the 3 boys, and it was like you would think we were going away. It was a 3-day adventure. All right, make sure the internet's working, make sure the iPads are there, everything's charged. What did we have? We had a piece of paper in the back of the car, and when we got there, we got
figure
there.
it out, and if you forget it, you forget it. Too bad.
And it's funny,
Joe, Chris, Joe.
Hey.
Joe, Tony, Joe. Joe, Sallie, Joe.
I didn't think you'd be here this morning.
Why?
I was hoping that he would.
He's hoping. We hope that every day that we're not here.
Joe Pontillo
Yo,
has joined us. Good to see you, pal.
Yeah, thanks.
We were talking to Chris. He's performing for the first time in 8 years on May 7th in the Giggle Room.
Why?
Nah, I guess if I don't get my creative side out, I'm gonna end up killing somebody. So
Fair enough.
whether it's just to keep people alive around me.
Are you in
That's why we're doing
contracting?
I'm not in contract.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
The family is in contract.
I knew it. It was close.
And he's
Someone had cement.
and May 7th. It'll be in the Giggle Room. You just performed there this past weekend.
Oh, you know too much about me.
That's my job.
And I am doing a show in the Giggle Room.
I was going to get to that.
With Brian McInnes, who is thankfully leaving New York, hopefully for good, May 21st, 2 weeks after that. So that's going to be a big one. We're going to need everybody
That's great.
who
Good
listens
for
to
you
the
guys.
show to come.
Is that a Friday or a Saturday?
That's a Saturday.
It's a Saturday.
Including Jeff Bosey.
Including Jeff Bosey, what? On the show?
No, he should come.
Oh. Just be in the audience. Don't perform.
Not even, whatever he does. He just kind of hangs out in the back and looks
He's
mysterious.
the biggest supportive
I
guy.
I like it. Yeah, I appreciate him. So
Before anybody goes and buys tickets, I'm actually going to be on Friday, May 6th.
Oh.
I just heard 21st. He's asking
Yeah.
if Friday is Saturday. I was like, well, that should be a Friday.
My show is definitely Saturday,
Yours is
though. I
definitely
can
Saturday.
confirm.
All right, maybe that's why I haven't been up in 8 years.
Yeah.
I keep missing my slots.
You've been booked several times.
I
I was gonna say, I feel like one of the dates they offered me was May 7th, so I'm like, oh, they filled it already in the last 4 days. I mean, it's possible.
I was
But,
like, oh shit, I keep missing my spots.
That's funny.
so, that's it for me. So.
And when's Brian leaving? June?
I think July, but knowing
Still
him,
can't believe that.
It's probably
Yeah.
it's probably just a bit he's doing. Like, oh, I'm moving to North Carolina,
right.
and then he stays. It's like when people announce they're leaving Facebook, and then they come back like
2
a
weeks
week
later, they're
later.
back.
But he's not coming
With no
back.
fanfare.
Social media pullback for 3 months.
Yeah,
and then,
right.
like an hour later, there's a slice of pizza.
This place is too toxic.
This is my last one. Just I gotta show you this big ziti I bought.
Can't just keep scrolling. It's just
Yeah.
it just affects you so bad you got to leave.
But he's
Carol, you're right. Mad Libs was the entertainment in the back of the car.
Oh yeah, or trying to you count the
You counted the pump
how-
buggies.
or the right, or you check to see how many different states license plates you'd see on your road
Really,
trip.
you just stayed quiet because your father told you to
Yeah,
shut
to
the
shut
fuck
the
up.
fuck
while
Yeah,
I'm driving.
Oh my
absolutely
God!
right. Yeah.
So much hostility.
Yeah.
My father would never. He'd be like, "Why aren't you talking?"
Oh, really?
Man. Now it's like, my internet's not working, Dad. I'm
Too
like,
bad.
My phone's not working. This isn't working.
My mother, it wasn't. Yes, it wasn't the father who was scared. It was my mother. She would throw her beer bottles after she was done. She would throw them at us after, which
Bottle of
In the
Schlitz.
car.
Yeah, the Schlitz. Yeah, as she was driving. When she finished it while driving, just like when you dump it, the empty, it just
Like,
came.
buy
right back.
cans, Mom, buy cans.
But that's a fun game. Like, can you dodge the beer bottle in
Absolutely.
the car? Because there's not a lot of room.
It was good practice for dodgeball
Yeah.
at school, which is something else I miss. We had those big giant rubber balls that would smack us in the
Smack right in
face.
the
Yeah,
face.
dodgeballs.
Right in the face.
Yeah.
I think it's illegal in like 13
Well,
states.
yeah,
or
but
something.
that's the thing. We have. I'm the
Dodgeball?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know where I'd be without dodgeball.
Now they're like throwing pillows at each other for dodgeball. It's ridiculous.
There is a pillow fight league now that I'm seeing on.
Are they in lingerie
It
at least?
looks like MMA guys with fucking
Oh.
pillows. It
Oh, really?
does.
Seriously?
I've seen it pop up. It's
Oh, I gotta
insane.
look for that.
have to
I
look for that.
proposed this many years ago, and I was laughed at a TV station.
For a pillow fight?
Yeah,
Really?
A like pillow fight tournament, but like Mortal Kombat style. Finish him.
That's funny.
This person slowly falls backwards.
Fremder, it's been 2 years since I've been watching this show, and for about 2 years, I've actually gotten to know over the course of time how not funny I actually am.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we yell at Andrew Fremder all the time for his bad jokes. On the date of me and my wife's anniversary, I will be performing in my bedroom.
Nice.
And that's a perfect example.
All right.
Yeah. So I see you wearing the Joker.
Oh yeah, I just threw this together.
Oh, I thought it was thematic. Maybe you saw the movie or something.
I did.
Oh, you did?
I saw the Batman last night. Actually.
What'd you think?
Honestly, it was kind of great.
I thought it was
yeah.
gray or great. What did you just
It
say?
was a very gray movie.
Gray, yeah, it was a little
not,
dark.
Not good or bad. No, it was great. It was.
I loved it.
Towards the end, I was like, no, please stop. But besides that, it was like a little too long.
I
and then it
said that to you.
took a weird turn at
little
some
long.
point where you're like, is Batman fighting climate change now? I don't, if you saw the movie, you know what I'm talking about.
Well, yeah, you're right. Now that you say that, it was kind of like that. Yeah, I don't want to give too much away because it's still early.
And
but-
the price of inflation is so out of control. Batman walks everywhere. And for the first half of the, he has no automobile. He's just walking around, and it takes him so long
Yeah.
to get places.
He zip lines
just
places.
ringing doorbells, being like crime, and
Running down buildings.
literally what happens.
that scene where he goes into the Shell station to fill up the Batmobile, and he's
Did
like,
we really need that?
right.
Wait,
he's
is
like,
this
"Fuck
a-
you,
is this a new
Biden."
Batman?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a new movie
Just came out
yeah,
Thursday.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it was. I actually,
Who's the
really
guy in
enjoyed
it? I can never remember his
Robert
name.
Pattinson
Yeah.
plays Batman.
Do they still release movies in the movie theater?
Yeah.
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 They're
Oh,
back
now
to
they
that, too.
bully you because they're like, this movie's coming out soon, only in theaters.
Only.
Like, leave the house, you loser.
I really love them at home.
Pandemic's
though.
over.
I would watch every movie at home. I just
Stop it.
I
Go out.
love it. Sitting next to people like talking and stuff, and your feet are like all sticky walking out of the theater.
Right, and
You're like,
$1.50 popcorn.
$70 by the time you're done with
insanity.
The first movie I went back to the movies for the first time in like late December 2020, and I went to the theater in Rockville Center.
Yeah.
And the floor was still sticky. I'm like, you guys were closed for 7 months.
What
and you
did you
didn't
do?
clean
Yeah.
once.
That's not sanitary.
But last night I went to the Regal in Lynbrook, which is kind of new, very clean. The seats are too comfortable. They try to put you to sleep.
Yes.
In these things,
Mhm.
you know.
Now that could have just been the projector guy, He's like, wow, I got this theater all to myself for like 7 months, and he was just, you
Yeah,
know,
oh, God.
doing all the things he dreamed of,
which we all do.
What did we see? What was the first movie we saw back? Was it Nobody? Is that the first movie we saw back in the theater?
I believe that was the first one you and I
Like-
did, but I think I saw something before that. But,
Oh, did you?
yeah, but that movie, we went to see that movie. No, certain movies are just better in a theater.
Almost every movie is better in the theater.
Yeah, you
It's
think
like-
almost every movie?
Yeah, because like even if a movie's not good, you still get like the theater experience, being like, "This is
Well,
terrible," but I'm glad I'm out and experiencing this with people I don't know. But when you watch a bad movie at home, you're like, "Oh, this sucks," and I'm doing this by choice.
Right.
I didn't pay for this, but I'm better somehow. I don't know.
But yeah, I do feel certain movies are just better. Certain movies you have to see in the theater.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
have to.
I agree.
And I like the theaters that you could get the tickets and then you could pick your seats, and then there's like no stress. You don't have to get there, hour and a half early just to get like a if you've got a lot of people going. So I like
Yeah, but
I'll
doesn't
go
that
for
take away the
those.
whole? I want to run down and push that person down and get to the better seat, like
Oh,
how we
oh
grew
my-
up. You know,
How did
going
we
to the
live
movies.
like that?
Yeah,
How did that's how society could have descended into chaos
like
much
the old
sooner.
Spirit Airline, Spirit Airlines. You know,
Yeah.
just race to your seat.
Which you'll be if you're visiting Brian. That's like Spirit Airlines. Does that go to Raleigh? Oh no, that's
actually
Blue-
there are no airlines that go to North Carolina. They skip it. That's how bad.
No, it's like JetBlue. My sister lives in Raleigh. It's a really nice place. He's not coming back.
Yeah, or I
Yeah.
know some people who went. Oh, didn't Don Sill move there? But then he came back.
Now he's back.
Well, the heat was off, so he was like, "I can come back now."
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
No one's asking about me anymore.
Statute of limitations.
My
is
sister, my other sister, lived in Georgia for a long time, and it was the same little town that they filmed The Walking Dead in.
No.
And I thought it was like so cool. And she's like, the whole town hates them.
Right.
You
Oh, I
know?
could imagine.
Yeah, there's always traffic. They only have like one good road, and they're always on it. Yeah, it's fun.
So you don't think Brian will be back? I'm.
He'll be back every week.
I don't think
just
he'll
to
be
do this
back.
show.
I'm gonna miss him.
He no, well, I mean, he's got a life, I guess. I don't know. He's got a wife and 2 kids now, supposedly. I only saw one
Well,
person.
there were 2 kids in the house.
Yeah, do they look like him?
That doesn't mean they're his.
Right.
Wow.
It doesn't
The
necessarily mean there is.
I mean, his family still lives here,
Right.
and whatever friends he pretends to have, but he could communicate with us through the internet.
And he can pay new people down there to be his friend.
No, probably not.
No, yeah, it'd be a lot of money. I mean, yeah, you mentioned Don Sill. I mean, he was gone for 16 years. And
Oh,
then he
that
came-
long.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and then he came back. He said that he said he never really felt completely comfortable. He was, 'cause you go to some place like North Carolina, and I think the 3 of us can identify with this. He said everybody just assumed he was Italian, and treated him like a Yankee because he just wasn't.
You can't shake it.
You can't shake it.
I can never pretend.
No. But he said the one of the upsides is that he used to get. Apparently, there's a big comedy scene down there, and there's a big movie scene down there. So he used to get a lot of roles. If they wanted somebody to play like a mafioso type,
We need a guy who looks Italian. There's only one.
that's it. He was the one.
He was the one.
The one. Where Brian actually doesn't have that kind of. He's Brian McGinnis.
Is
So he doesn't.
are there a lot of short? Is it very short down there? Like, is nobody over like 6 foot? Because then they'll use the. But like,
Then
no, we
they'll
got this
use
tall
them.
guy.
Right, he'll make a lot of Big Bird, costume appearances.
Yes, that's. Oh my God! Imagine that's his future. Yeah, I'm making like a 200 a week.
Playing
As a
Big
Big Bird
Bird.
impersonator. A Big Bird impersonator.
Hey, speaking of Don Sill, we want to congratulate him. His daughter just had another baby yesterday.
Yeah.
Don Sill, he is a year younger than me. I'm going to be 52 next month. He's a year younger than me. He now has his 2nd grandkid.
What is his problem? But 51. Wow. Okay.
2 grandkids.
2 grandkids.
Crazy.
That's.
I just refuse to
Don's
think we're
very
getting
Well, he
Slutty.
looks great considering he's a grandpa.
He does. He's the
times
coolest
2.
grandpa going. That's for sure.
Well, we'll see. The contest is not. It's still a few weeks away.
So, all right. So, May 21st. Was this your first?
7:30. Oh, what?
That was your first time in the newly named, the newly renovated Giggle Room? Yes.
Oh yeah, what'd you
What, the
think?
other night?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and that was funny because I
You didn't even notice, did you?
I forgot. Well, I wasn't on the flyer, so yeah. I was hit up about it the day of, and I was like, yeah, so did that. Packed out, very crazy. Like that room is very stressful to get on stage, get off stage.
What do you mean?
There's just not a lot of room.
Oh yeah, it's a little tight. Yeah.
I had performed there a bunch of times in the little room. I feel like the only time I did great was when I taped my special in there, and every other time I felt weird because you're like so high in that room, but
Up on the stage.
yeah. But Saturday,
not like wasted.
no.
It's a prerequisite bong hit on the way in.
Yeah.
It comes with the ticket.
Saturday was terrific, though. I had a great set, but it was annoying because I had to go do a Zoom/Twitch comedy contest right afterwards.
Oh.
I don't know if you saw me pacing back and forth looking. Because I kept
I
logging
did.
into the meeting being like, is this starting? No, okay, I'm going to keep hanging out here.
Oh.
And I never go anywhere in these contests, but of course this time that I'm doing it in my car and I was going to maybe go grab a bite with like Steve Perillo or something, I end up going all the way to the third round in this freaking contest. And
Well, so you're mad that you were doing so well.
yeah.
Great though. Good for
And I
you.
probably
That
should
way,
have
right?
made it to the finals, but I didn't. But it was okay
Wow.
because I was doing the whole thing in the parking lot here. And then I was like, I got to do something. And then I went and I drove down Hempstead Turnpike to that diner in East Meadow. And then I was in their parking lot for one round. And a guy with a cowboy hat walked by and was looking very mysterious at me. And I'm like, I either have to win this or lose so I can stop being in my car and looking like a psychopath. So, what was that? Like to Laugh. They're raising money for brain damage or something, brain research.
Something with the brain.
Something, yeah.
Something with the body.
Somebody made a joke about, like, yeah, comedians need brain help. Am I right? And I'm like, all right, speak for yourself. So, but yeah, good cause, yada, yada. It was fun to do. I don't know, whatever. So that was my Saturday night. I
All right.
performed here, which was wonderful, and then I was trapped in my car for 2 hours.
Right. Right.
Doing an internet
the
contest.
question was, how was it performing in the new room?
It's
Yeah.
great
He
because
said it was
now
great.
I'm teasing.
there's so much, like, you know, I feel like it used to be like, oh, everybody's right,
Right,
here. Now it's more like a comedy club.
Exactly.
Everybody's spread out around
Yes.
you.
It seems to me like if we got one of those, like those big wheel cars to get on the stage, you'd crush it.
I
'cause
think
you did
there's
well in the car.
Right? Well, there should be like a zip line thing.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would be cool.
I think a zip line's a great idea.
Second time zip line has
Yeah.
been brought up today. Word of the day, zip
Oh,
line.
well, there you
Yeah.
go. But like it's more easy for people to like just pop their head in and see what's going on, like
Right.
various comics. I kept seeing their heads popped out, which is very distracting. So I'm like, I don't want to see you. And I'm like,
Someone did say someone, and I'm gonna keep it nameless, but because I don't want to upset other comedians, but somebody did tell us when we were leaving that your set was the best in there that night.
Oh, nice.
thank you, whoever you are.
Yep.
I need your support. Yeah, what was that? Oh, sorry, Andrew. Who's Billy? Oh, Billy Geyer. Yeah.
Billy and I inherited Perillo because Pontillo bailed.
But he was like on the fence. I was like, do you want to grab a bite afterwards? And he was just like, why?
Why?
He kept like he didn't actually want to go. So I was like, all right, so I'll just go do this thing, and if he's still around. But then he ended up waiting for me for like 2 hours, which was very nice of him.
Sure.
And I did feel bad. So then I had to call him, and I hate calling people to explain the situation. And he was cool. So, and Steve is actually still with Andrew right now. Can't get rid of him. That's what happened.
Is he? Because Rocco was ill, but did he return to work with Bosie? You know he works
probably.
with Bosie.
I was picking up on that.
Yeah.
They were having some mysterious conversations. Jeff started smacking him at some point. That was weird.
Well, that's a normal Saturday night for
Shaking him
Jeff,
down.
just smacking men.
Yeah.
Carol
I need
says-
to update the open mic list.
Yeah, exactly. Carol never wants to shake her Yankeeness here in Texas.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, even if you don't remotely look Italian, like, they can spot you anywhere. Like, and I think it's just, like, I remember living in California one time and someone saying, oh, are you from New York? And I don't really have, like, New York accent. So I was like, and she's like, well, because you just, like, tell the truth. And I'm like, and because she's like, oh, should I wear this? I'm like, no, you should wear something else.
What?
I'm like, don't ask me.
Blend in.
You know, it's funny. So yeah, New Yorkers.
Right. It's like
The world needs us, though.
The old
people dressing bad everywhere.
Make me look fat. No, you're fat makes you look fat.
Yeah. Should I wear this? No.
Has
Pick
nothing
something
to do
else.
with the shirt.
If she was in the car and we were going into a place, I'd be like, "You look great." But if she's standing in front of a closet, then no, wear something else. What is appropriate?
Right. You had time
She
to
had
save
she
the
had
situation.
time.
You had
yeah,
time to
just say
save the
thank you
situation.
and
Yeah.
go back in your closet.
I remember being in Kentucky years ago for the first time, and
hopefully the last.
No, I was just there,
Oh.
and and I went to a Waffle House at like 1:00 in the morning, and everybody there drove a pickup truck, and it's just they all just like everybody, the whole place just like you could feel them looking at you as they walked in. I'm like, what the hell? Had my meal, and as I was paying, some guy at the bar just turns to me and goes, "Sup." Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, so we got.
Think
out
his
of there.
penis was up.
I just,
Wow.
but what did they think I was gonna do? Like, oh, this guy's from New York. He's gonna buy our whole town and, put up condos.
Pontilloville.
Yeah, or Disney store
everywhere.
Some shit.
He's our hope.
He's oh man,
Oh, this
Pontilloville,
guy's in the
Kentucky.
mafia. He's probably on the run. I don't want to.
Right? What was the movie with
My Cousin Vinny?
with Steve Martin?
Oh no,
with Steve Martin. When
Which
he's
one?
the gangster.
Oh,
and
My
he's
Blue Heaven?
My
Oh,
Blue
My
Heaven.
Blue
Yeah,
Heaven.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I haven't seen that one. in
I think
ages.
they
That's what
just
it is.
assume, and I feel like I make this joke sometimes when I'm in other states, and I'm like, are there any Italians here? And one guy raised his hand. I'm like, okay, well, he's on the run from law enforcement.
Right.
I think that's just assumed. Like,
It's
if you're in
assumed.
some obscure place and you're like from New York, like you're probably there because the heat.
Because you need to be. You
Had to leave.
You didn't want to be here. You just
It's
had
not
to
the
be.
taxes.
That's nothing to do
Oh,
with
the taxes. Wink. Yeah, it got too expensive to live in New York. Wink. Okay.
I'm just surprised that some place in Kentucky was open at 1 a.m.
Yeah. Is it lively there?
This was, I don't even know where I was at the time. I just got back. I was in Louisville like a month ago.
Buying a bat?
Yes, buying a bat.
Louisville? Yeah.
And it had just
Thank you,
snowed
yeah.
there.
Slugger.
And they...
It snowed in Kentucky?
Yeah,
Oh.
which I guess doesn't happen a lot because they just didn't bother to plow like half the city.
They didn't know what happened.
Yeah.
Some white stuff just fell down.
Literally, the road in front of the venue I was performing at was a sheet of ice. The place
Yeah.
was still packed, so nobody cared. Low body count. But one of the comics that was supposed to do the show got in a car accident and couldn't make it.
Oh, wow.
So
did you have to perform longer?
Yeah, did they throw extra minutes at you?
I don't know what happened. Oh, no, they replaced them. But
Yeah, because I did a show up in, what was it, New Hampshire, I think it was, a few years back. Show ended probably around 11:30. By the time I got out of there, it was probably closer to 12, and I didn't eat. I don't remember if they didn't feed us or wouldn't feed us, or I just didn't get any. I don't remember. But
probably wouldn't feed you.
Probably. They just wanted me out of the building. But so then we all, we took off looking for a place to eat. I mean, even the 7-Eleven was closing at midnight. Not that I was going to eat dinner from 7-Eleven.
Oh, yeah,
but,
things close really early in other
Right.
places.
So, and everything was closed. There were a million restaurants, but everything was closed. We found one place that appeared to be open. So we pull in, we go into the place. Sure enough, as you walk in, there's a sign right there that said, we got to like maybe a few minutes after midnight. The sign said they're closing at 12:45. I'm like, oh, son of a bitch.
12:45.
And they probably already cleaned the grill. They probably hated you.
They probably wrote
probably
it when they saw you guys pulling in. They're
the
like,
entire
somebody write
restaurant.
something. What
it,
time is it? It's a quarter after. The guy
Yeah.
wrote 12:45.
Well, it turns out, but we got lucky because there were some people at the bar that were actually at the show, and they knew the owner who was tending bar, so they convinced them to
feed
make
you.
a bunch of burgers.
But I also think at any Waffle House, if 1 a.m. for some reason is packed.
Yeah.
It's just it's I don't know if they make the people there, if they're sleeping there, but a Waffle House in the middle of the night will always be packed.
Let me tell you. Going back to Saturday night. So I'm driving on Hempstead Turnpike, and I pass Friendly's, which most Friendly's have closed permanently.
Yeah.
But the one
Right.
in East Meadow, can't knock them down. Jam-packed at like 11:30, and I'm like, what? Huh? And I didn't even really want Friendly's, but I was kind of just curious as
that
to
ice
why
cream's good, man.
it was popping.
Yeah,
So
ice
I-
cream.
But then, as I was leaving, or was about to leave, they asked if I wanted dessert, and I'm like, could I get a strawberry fribble. Sorry, I know it makes me sound like a 5-year-old. To go?
Say that again, please.
Strawberry fribble.
Strawberry, that's what they call their shakes.
Yeah.
Like their special shake.
Yeah, I used to work at Friendly.
So they gave me it in a coffee cup, and I couldn't quite tell what color it was, but I was like, okay. And I'm like, this isn't strawberry. They gave me like a chocolate one,
In a coffee
and it was
cup.
yeah. And because it was so late and they were about to close, I didn't want to ask be like, hey, you screwed up. I was just like, I'll just deal with it. And I don't like chocolate shakes, but I just like whatever.
That's how they stay open.
Maybe this is the universe telling me I shouldn't have got that.
No waste. Sorry, sir. You're gonna have to finish that. We can't throw that out. We'll lose money that way.
You see, but that's what I like about Joe Pontillo. He can tell a story like that, and it's funny.
It is funny.
I know, but like if we told that story, it wouldn't be funny. Like Joe can make a story like that funny. How he got the wrong order at Friendly's.
And I just was like, you know what? Because he had already asked me if I wanted small or medium twice. So I was like, this guy's already frazzled. I can't be like, you gave me the wrong shake, you idiot. This is why all the Friendlies closed. But
yeah, see that's not very friendly.
No, I guess not.
Even the one in Massapequa was still open.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it is.
On Sunrise.
It's funny
yeah.
too
That's good
because
to know.
my grandmother, who came here at like 30 years old from Italy, the greatest cook in the world, never learned a lick of English.
Loved
Right, her
Friendly's.
birthday, she cooked every day. She's up at 5 in the morning making pastas, bread, everything. But on her birthday, it was her day to not have to cook, and it was Chinese food. And the strawberry ice
Fribble.
cream, not the fribble, from Friendly's. Remember, it looked like a watermelon. They would have the seeds. If you worked, it was like an ice cream cake, and they started selling them
No.
everywhere.
It was a cake?
It was an ice cream cake.
Okay.
And it was only at Friendly's, and they started selling them in supermarkets. But that was
Okay.
like, it was, she's to 90 years old, not a lick of English.
That's what she wanted.
And on her birthday, it was greasy Chinese food and a Friendly's ice cream
Did she actually
cake.
enjoy that, or that she just
We-
thought
I
that
don't
that's
know.
all
We-
you people could do for
It
her?
was tough
like,
communicating.
There's
I
no
thought she would have
way.
cooked more on her birthday.
Yeah, right.
That's what I thought. But I mean, every other morning, she'd be up at 4 in the morning. Like
It was hard to communicate.
Village.
Hard to communicate.
It was hard to be. I didn't speak Italian.
So-
maybe she didn't want that.
That's exactly what I was about to say. She had no idea. She didn't want to go there, and she was trying to tell you guys to stop. But
She's
you
like,
guys didn't
please
understand.
be a friend and leave me the fuck alone.
Right, leave me the fuck alone. Why do you keep bringing chicken and broccoli and this ice cream cake on my birthday?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Italians have a lot of weird ways of celebrating their birthday. There was one guy from Long Island. You probably know him. I'm not going to say his name. It was his birthday recently, and he turned off his Facebook wall.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's always turned off. I don't know. But so he just made a post being like, today's my birthday, blah, blah, blah. Here's a list of people who died.
A list of people who died?
Like, maybe it was 9/11 related. Maybe it was just people who died on his birthday. I don't know. But I was like, happy birthday with a question mark?
I didn't see that.
That's so morbid.
Yes. Maybe he's shooting for the same birthday.
Yes.
and day.
Today
Day.
I am a new age, but here's a lot of people who haven't aged because they're dead.
What I've learned is this is
So
a good
weird.
place to be if you need to hide because you didn't want to mention someone's name. He didn't want to mention someone's name.
That's true, right?
We don't have to go to Kentucky, us Italians. We can just hide at Governor's.
You just gotta know how to talk to people, you know? Like, hey, you know the thing that everybody's talking about?
The first thing or the second thing?
It's not on, so tell
Yeah,
your friends. tell your murder mystery buddies. Tony does real murder mysteries where they kill somebody and then try to find out why.
It's a good excuse. You want to really kill somebody, we make it look fake.
Yeah, great job.
We
You solved the
make it look
murder.
fake. We do a
All right,
good
let's take
job
the body out.
making it
Why
look
isn't the
fake.
guy getting up off the floor? Oh, he's just a method actor.
Well, that's right. He's in character. Leave him alone. All right, so a few minutes, we're going to get into Tuesday trivia.
Sure.
I wanted to ask, because you both mentioned, well, the last time you were here, you were talking about possibly doing a podcast. You mentioned about wanting to do a podcast. All right, so I'll start with you, Chris. What would your podcast be? Any idea?
I don't know.
Oh, all right,
I
that
mean,
works.
honestly, I don't know. But when this first, and now things have gone so fucking wacky. It's like I don't even know if there might be people outside ready to kill me afterwards. But in the beginning, I had a friend who was a comic, and he was kind of left, and I was kind of right, and we always wanted to bring like a
that'd be fun.
perspective, like
Sure.
left jab, right hook, whatever, and get those two different perspectives. This was when people could have a little
Yeah, you can't
you know,
even
you
do
can
that
talk to
anymore.
somebody without like having like, I wish you cyanide, fucking death. I can't believe you think like that.
Right.
So I don't know if like today, you know, but I don't care because I had this conversation with people. Like, I don't really need everybody to like me. I don't give a shit. You're not gonna get everybody to like you. So you know, if you're upset or you get offended, it's not my real problem. But a few years ago, it was much easier to talk to somebody and have a difference of opinion,
Right.
Without
Agreed.
like, you know, thinking like, geez, is this guy gonna kill me? Do they wish
Right.
me death?
Yeah.
So, to some extent, it would be like a rounded. You know, I was never that political, but it's just so. I mean, there's just so much stuff you could talk about, and then you know, mix in sports, lifestyle. I love food. You know, I have a lot of chef friends. Maybe you can get in. Wherever it takes you, right?
Forcing grandma to go to Friendly's.
Forcing grandma to eat Chinese food at Friendly's, the greatest cook that fucking Italy has ever seen. You know, and I always said too, I was like, I can only imagine how many times she was waiting outside to go to the store because the day before I was just like, yeah. She's like, I'm like, yeah. And then she was probably waiting for me like the next day to go somewhere, and I just never showed up. Because there were a few times my mother called. She's like, what are you doing? Well, I was waiting for you. I was like, why? She's like, you told her. I was like, I didn't say a fucking word. I don't know Italian. I didn't say I'd do anything. I might have agreed, but I didn't say it.
Just this morning, we were just talking about it. I saw a post from, hey, there's the exterminator. Hi, guy.
Oh, hi.
Hey.
Don't say that out loud.
Make sure the vents
No,
are
that's
closed.
They're exterminating comics,
Right, yeah.
open mic comics.
They do that a different
to
way,
hang out
Governor.
too
They do that
much.
with cement boots, but that guy, there's a restaurant, so you know they're taking care of business. Here,
Why
so
is he in
that's
a hazmat suit and we're not?
good. And why is he pointing something
Right,
at us?
what's with that nozzle?
He has
What
a
is that?
he has a gun with like a laser scope on it. What the hell?
No, you don't need to lock the sliding door. We're okay.
He threw a gas bomb. Okay.
So I saw a post. We were just talking about it this morning. You guys remember the Spin Doctors, the band?
Of course.
The bass player is our friend, and he's very right wing, very. So
Really?
yeah. So he was and he's not in the band anymore. So he was talking about how somebody on the band's Facebook page called him a right wing dickhead. And you know, and I'm just reading all the comments, and then Mike Keegan commented, said, "Well, I'm proud to be a right wing dickhead."
He shouldn't be. No.
But I just said to him, I go, you know what? I said, you, Mike, are one of my friends that I love dearly. And I said, even you, Mark White of the Spin Doctors, you're my friend who I love dearly. I don't care about your political opinions. I just love you guys because you're my friends. You make me laugh.
Right.
And that seems to be gone now.
That's gone. However, it is okay. Like I think, I don't want to gloat.
Go ahead.
But, you know.
You haven't been on stage in 8 years. Gloat.
Right, I don't want to gloat, but I mean, if you can't see that things are kind of really fucked up on, you know, going one way right now, I feel bad for you.
We'll save that for right hook, left jab.
Right
I think
hook,
that should be the
left
name of
jab.
the podcast.
But I don't care. Like, I'm not going to not be friends with you and not be...
Before
okay.
Facebook, you can go to a barbecue and your political views never come up.
Yeah, never
you just
came
have a
up.
good laugh talking about sports
Right.
or music or tits or whatever you're talking about.
What was the worst that happened? Bill was getting a blowjob in the Oval Office, right? Okay, that's funny either
Right,
way.
absolutely.
Doesn't matter.
Maybe more presidents should get blowjobs.
Blowjobs in
They'd
the
be
Oval
fighting
Office.
less.
Yes.
They wouldn't be so mad all the time.
Yes. Well,
Somebody get Putin laid.
If we could say something political, you have to give Biden credit for uniting everybody and agreeing he's terrible.
So
both
basically,
sides kinda-
gas pricing is higher than most people's credit scores right now, right?
Yeah,
So-
right.
It's like, oh, it's 679. Like, I wish my credit score was 679.
Now you need credit in order
You
to
need
get
credit
gas.
to
You
get
need to
gas,
finance
yeah.
yourself.
Yeah. But it you know, like you said, it's so I you know, that was just like because he was a comic and we both got along. But back then we were able to funnily, you know, explain our view and it was funny. Then this is like 7-8 years ago, and now it's just I think that's gone.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just gone.
Now, you had somebody in mind to do this with
Yeah,
you? And you think it's gone with that guy?
I haven't seen him in a while. We were
okay.
working in the city together as you know, in restaurants, you know, struggling comic actors, whatever it is that we were doing at the time. But it was at the time. It was like it was fun because it was. I mean, it was a while ago, but I think you can't do it now. It's just you know.
I think it'll come back.
It's hard to talk when someone's got their throat like trying to choke you out.
That's basically Hirschman and Keegan's show, because, Keegan's right-wing and
Yeah.
Hirschman's a socialist. So.
It was not me. It was the Dukes. It was not me.
Joe? What's your idea for your podcast?
Well, so I've had this idea with another comic. He's wanted it to be like comedy / lifestyle, and I'm like, yeah, something like that. And where we just talk about whatever, and like each show would have a different topic, and we just go off from that, and guests and blah blah blah. But then, we had this name in mind, but then my ego was like, it should be called the Joe Pontillo Show. But so
with this other guy, yeah.
right,
in small letters.
Well, I like
Occasionally.
I like having like the sort of sidekick / almost straight person, even though he's a comedian too.
You're Ed McMahon.
Kinda, yeah. Where we randomly pick each other up halfway through the show, because otherwise I'll just go off the rails every time. So it's good to have somebody to be like, "Hey Joe, why don't we talk about this?"
Right.
And a word from our sponsor, the Dairy Mart, which they're not sponsoring us, but if they were, this is what they want us to say about that.
Their food's not that bad.
Next door?
Yeah.
Next door?
Yeah.
It's
There's
really
a line.
good.
Every time I
Well,
go by, there's a line of
I
cars.
used to think they were dealing
I
because
think
I
they're
was like, where are
secretly
these lines
Right,
coming
right.
from? But
I think they're secretly selling
Well, have
gas.
you tried to buy anything there?
Oh yeah.
Drugs-wise, I mean. Like,
Oh, no, I
you're
haven't
not
yet.
dealing?
we should
See?
we should try to work that
should
in.
try to work
Take
that
an
out.
egg sandwich, a roast beef, a little Coke, and a Coke, and a Diet Coke.
That would be a good sketch.
Coke with an egg
This is Long
sandwich?
Island.
Yes.
I think meth.
Yeah.
No, actually,
Meth.
I don't know.
It's
Yeah.
actually their
You're
egg
right.
sandwich that's
Is that what brings
unreal.
everybody back?
Yeah, it's unreal.
See, I would have done a show about like on mushrooms and pot, but Joe Rogan beat me to it. So,
right.
so we can't
Yeah.
do that.
Bill Clinton had the right idea by giving Monica Lewinsky a washcloth and telling her to relax, wipe your forehead, and take a load off your mind.
Oh my God!
goodness.
All right, kick this guy out of the
Yeah.
chat.
Fremder.
Thank you.
Fremder.
Oh wait, we need him because only 9 people are watching. If we were over 10, I'd say get rid of him.
I'll go with 8.
All right. Is it time?
Yeah.
All right.
How horrible are these questions going to be?
They're horrible.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Sallie and I hold in our hands this week's Tuesday trivia. The way this works, Sallie and I are going to take turns asking questions. We do not know each other's questions. There's no rhyme, there's no theme. We're just asking random trivia questions. We're going to try and stump each other. We're going to try and stump you guys. We're going to try and stump you guys at home or wherever you're watching this from.
Yeah, don't feel pressured to know.
Yeah, the whole point is for us to make fun of you. So we're going to answer questions. We ask you guys in the comments below us or next to us, wherever they are for you, to put your answers in the comments.
Or
And-
don't, or just ignore this.
Yeah, which some people do. And we do not give the answers out. We give out all the questions first. We all answer it, and then we go back and ask the questions again, go over each other's answers, and make fun of you guys for your bad answers. All right? There's no prizes. There's no nothing. It's just for fun and gives us an opportunity to make fun of everybody.
I was told there'd be prizes.
There's
an air freshener
There's air
right
fresheners.
next to
I
you.
already have those.
Take another one.
You have to give me something else.
All we have to offer.
Can I just take one of these mics?
No.
We have Manila folders over there. You can
Oh,
take a Manila
okay.
folder.
There's work in it. You could fill it out and come back with it.
Nice. I'll
All
have
right.
some fun with that.
Question number 1, Sallie O'Neill.
What is a blah 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 blah.
You all right over there? What happened?
Okay, I couldn't figure out what the word was. What is a duel between 3 people called?
What was the word you're having trouble with?
Duel.
A triage.
Yeah.
You having trouble with the word duel?
Duel.
What'd you
Yeah.
say? A triage?
A triage.
Joe says triad. I like it. I'm going to say
It's a
triad.
fun word.
I'm saying triad.
Or triad. Yeah.
Triad. Same
I'm just
thing.
going to go battle.
Oh, I like that. That's good.
War.
Battle.
That's it. Once a third person is involved, it's war.
It's just war.
That makes sense.
All right. In the play or movie Annie, Daddy Warbucks, what is his first name?
Jeff Bezos. God Warbucks.
God.
Wow, his first name.
First
I
name.
never thought of that.
Daddy.
Father.
That's the
Father
porn version.
Warbucks.
That's the porn
Boy,
version,
me
yeah.
Daddy.
Father, but they called him Daddy for sure. Or it was probably like Leopold or Reginald or
Reginald's a good guess.
Yeah.
I could see him as a
Are you
Reginald.
stealing Reginald from
Yeah,
Joe?
it's
Emmanuel, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Walter.
Jehoshaphat. Does anybody use that anymore?
Warner.
Warner.
Oh.
All right. You picking one, or you just going with all those?
If any of those are right.
Any of those are
If
right,
any of
he
those
gets
are
I
right.
take
credit.
credit. I want the credit.
All right. Next question, Sally.
The act of watching numerous recorded university lectures at 2 times the speed is a futile attempt to cover an entire semester's material before a final exam. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Absolutely not.
Is that a thing people do now?
This is what the kids do today.
Where's the question mark in there?
They
I
get,
just used to tell my professor
That
talk
seemed more
faster.
like a statement. Though.
they
So-
get the lecture because the teachers will put like a lecture, especially if it's like a Zoom class or something. The lectures will be there, and then they just click the ×2 on their phone and they watch it
Crypt
in
Notes.
high speed.
What's the little thing? The little yellow book.
Cliff Notes.
Cliff Notes.
So they'll
It's a
do
YouTube
like an
version.
entire hour lecture in 30 minutes. And
All
they'll,
right, so-
they'll do it like that.
all
So
right.
that's called something. What's it called?
Oh, that's what you're.
Yeah. So what is that called?
Speed reading.
Speed watching.
Crash learning.
Crash learning.
Crash learning.
Missing half the information.
Being a freaking idiot.
Being lazy.
Ruining your chances at getting a real job. Any of those work, I get the win.
Okay.
I am up to 3 air fresheners.
Yes,
now.
Andrew. The only person I knew was Punjab. Other
What did
than
he say?
other than
Somebody
Annie.
was- That the Indian guy in the turban is Andy's name is Pooja.
It is.
Why is like
Oh,
every
really?
guy I went to high school with in this chat right now? These are like the same kind of jokes.
Okay. Next question. What rock star?
D. Snyder.
Close. The real name is William Broad. Broad. Who am I talking about?
Oh, that's ZZ Top.
All three of them?
The whole band. They
Oh,
all
okay.
had the same name. That's how they came together.
I always you had the two guys with the beard, and then the drummer.
Did he not have a beard?
He did not have a beard, but his last name is Beard. I always thought that was funny.
Right.
Yeah. I always thought that was
Well, if
crazy.
your last name is Beard, you can't have
Billy
a beard.
Gibbons.
That's just redundant.
William Broad.
William
I'm
Broad.
going with what's his name?
That guy.
Elvis.
School's out for summer guy.
Oh, Alice Cooper.
Alice Cooper.
All
Oh,
right,
not
that's a
bad.
good guess.
Let's see.
You have anyone?
Meatloaf.
Meatloaf.
I don't know.
No, his name was Robert Paulson.
Yeah.
That was a Fight Club reference.
I knew that rang a bell.
That is the name of Andrew W.K. Next question.
Which marsupial is known for its bad temper?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah. Which marsupial is known for its bad temper?
Do we have a moment for Google?
Phone a friend.
I need to Google Marsupial.
Which is the one that's on The View? Joy Behar. Now,
Whoopi Goldberg.
Your questions are hard this week.
Yeah, sorry.
which Mars
You're
has the
bringing
worst?
in big words. I didn't study for this.
Marsupial. Bad temper. Come on, if you ever watch like Saturday morning cartoons, you'll get this.
Oh, Timon and Pumbaa, right? Which is the one who's in The Lion King. I don't remember what that one was called. He's like a meerkat. Is it a meerkat? Got to be a meerkat.
I'm averting your eyes.
I'm going with Mighty Mouse.
No, I
This is my show now. You've lost it.
What is the guy who
Knock
had the
'em
dog?
alive
Who's
comedy.
the guy who had the little?
Oh, Muttley.
Muttley.
Jackals?
I'm going with Muttley.
I like that. What?
Jackals? Are they marsupials?
Let's go with that.
Yeah, I'm going with jackals. Or ZZ Top. One or the other.
What year did Curtis Lewa start the Guardian Angels?
Some say he's never started
1971.
1971. says Chris.
1978.
2001. As soon as 9/11 happened, he 78, 9, 79.
71 might be a little too early.
All right.
Yeah, probably.
All right.
What famous writer invented the word vomit?
Shakespeare.
Good guess, but wrong.
You know this?
Who did the who nailed the thing to the door? Martin Luther.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was going to say that was.
It was like
that was the
the
Jews.
Protestant church.
That's Pontius Pilate.
The Protestant church makes me vomit.
That
That's
was
what he
the
put.
Jews and Jesus.
Protestant church makes me vomit. That's great.
Yes, and everyone was like, "What does vomit mean? Put this man in jail." What does he mean by this?
I'm
Then when
not
he
e-
explained it, they let him out.
I'm not even going to guess on that because I'm assuming the word vomit has been around for a very, very long time.
Who knows?
Well, somebody had to come up with it.
I'm going to go with
Mark
maybe
Twain.
Maybe Jesus himself.
I'm
came
going to
up
go
with
with. I was going to say I was going to go with John, chapter 3, verse 17.
it. Thou shalt not vomit.
Thou shalt not vomit
In
Thou
thy
shalt
neighbor's
not-
home.
Thou shalt not waste.
Dickens is a good choice because I feel like all of his characters were on the brink of throwing up at some point.
Right.
It was the best of times. It was.
Okay. Phasmophobia. Thaslo. Phasmophobia is the fear of what? This is multiple choice. Is it the fear of sitting idle or doing nothing? Is it the fear of being overwhelmed? Is it being afraid to move out of a town?
I'm going out of town.
I tell you who doesn't have Phasmophobia. My man Brian McGinnis.
Yeah, I'm going with out of the town.
I'm going
I
out
would
of town.
have said it was the fear of sitting next to someone who wants to strike up a conversation with you on an airplane.
Well, and I'm going to give you the reasoning, if you don't mind.
Of course I don't mind. Go ahead.
Because I'm sure because of COVID, this is something that's been, you've read, that there's people now that are scared to leave
their
go
town,
places.
leave their house.
I think those
Their
people
house.
were always kind of afraid, but just like
This was just like, hey.
pretended to be like, oh well,
I'm
this
good
is just
with this.
life. Now it's like, no, I can't ever go out. But the second one, even though I don't remember what it is, but I'm
Being
down.
overwhelmed. That was the second one. That's what you're going with?
The fear of being overwhelmed.
Yeah.
No, that's terrible. What was the first one?
That's too much.
The fear of sitting idle or doing nothing.
That one.
That one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm afraid of that. That's me. Oh my God. I can't not do
strive
anything.
for that at times.
Yeah. What do you call an item that you keep, whether you stole it or someone gave it to you, that you keep from someone's house after you've slept with them?
5-finger discount.
Victory.
The item.
That's good.
The item that you keep from someone's house after you've slept with them.
Scratch and sniff.
A gift of shame.
I'm going to go
To
with
go-
the 5-finger discount.
Something that you keep.
Yeah, like you go to someone's house, you sleep with them, you either steal or they give you
A memento.
something.
I didn't know
Right?
there was
Yeah,
a
after
word
you've
for
slept
this.
with them.
You only if you slept with
Let's
them.
call it
Yeah.
the People's Championship.
That's usually for me. That's usually the body.
Yeah. Is that your sex question?
No.
Oh, okay.
Is this has to do with Tony? Yeah, I think it does.
I want it back.
That's why you guys are together. He stole something
Give
from
it
you.
back.
She's giving me a few things, and then to
I mean,
just
that
get
could
out.
be. That could be. Hey, it could be dignity.
That's
Give
right.
my self-esteem back.
I need my
I'm
dignity
stealing
back.
this from you.
Nope, sorry, it's already in a frame at my house.
Their underwear.
It's an NFT now.
No, not the item that they're taking. What do you call that
Oh,
item?
the act of taking.
Yeah.
It. Oh.
Ah.
Oh, that's right. Gifts of shame. 5-finger.
Like instead of a
Well, 5-finger
memento.
yeah, I guess the 5-finger discount. I like the scratch and sniff, but that pertains to the item itself.
Nice to know you'd steal people's underwear, though.
Yeah.
I have it. So what? I have a nice
Their
collection.
car.
What would you call it? I would call it, because in my case, I would never get any. So my word for it is proof that I was there.
I would steal
Yeah.
things from
16
people's
candles.
houses.
You slept with
Random
her?
people.
Yeah. The old 16
I stole her
candles.
underwear.
The
There it
bathroom.
is. Okay. Let's see. Who was Clark Kent's high school sweetheart?
himself.
It wasn't a.
Do you think he jerked off? He probably hurt himself.
He would have took out some walls.
He
at
didn't
least
know it's
some
yeah,
windows.
that's a superpower.
Anyway, her
in
actual name was Lana Lang. This is what you come on, people. Let's go. Go to the next question.
What did you say?
I'm going to go with what Joe said. He seems very confident.
What did you say before that?
No, I didn't come up with an answer. I was.
I didn't think he went to high school.
Oh, his high school sweetheart was all the ones who were involved in the sex cult. If you watch Smallville. No, we're not. No, nobody's up on that. Okay, never mind. But anyway, one of the stars from that was she was the recruiter for the Nexium sex cult.
Nice.
In case you guys didn't know.
Really? I gotta.
Yeah, I gotta check this
You don't.
out.
I think it's time to start watching Smallville.
They're closed.
I think it's time to start watching.
They're out of
Smallville.
business. Their Yelp page has been shut down. Too many negative reviews.
Have you guys seen Murderville? This show is hilarious.
Yes.
Oh, I saw a
Yes.
trailer with Conan O'Brien's in one episode.
He was in the first
that
one,
was.
yeah.
I think that was one of the better ones. Absolutely.
I like them all. I thought
Yeah,
they were.
I thought it was. It's a genius idea, and then I remember saying, "You're gonna start seeing if this gets picked. You're gonna start seeing everybody on that."
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yep.
You're gonna start.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
we didn't
funny.
watch.
Big
We saw
one.
them all. There's only 6 of them, right?
Yeah, there was 6 of them.
We didn't see
saw
the.
them all.
No, we didn't. We watched like the first 5 minutes of
Who'd
the
we
last one with
miss?
Ken Jeong. We didn't finish
Oh,
with
yeah.
that.
That's
one.
the yeah. That's like TV now. Like it used to be like, oh, we're doing this show, and there's like 20-something episodes. Now they're like 6 episodes.
Right, yeah.
That's
That's
all
it.
we can handle.
Right.
Sorry, and it'll be back in 2 years.
Yes, the good
with another
news-
6 episodes, maybe 5.
The good news is you can
Yep.
watch it all in the next 5 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
It's a
that is
night.
true.
Like a movie.
But you know what? It's hard now because you know you like there's shows and then you catch up and then all of a sudden like Succession, great. I just ripped through it.
Oh,
I
yeah?
was like, oh, they didn't even start filming season 4. You know, and then you forget what the hell happened by the time it comes out.
Right.
Like I had no interest ever in Game of Thrones ever.
Me
And all of a
neither.
sudden I was watching my buddy. I was waiting for him to get ready, and it was on television, and it was just naked women everywhere. And I was like, "Oh, what is this?" He's like, "Oh, it's Game of Thrones."
Oh.
And I ripped through 60 hours in like 30 days, and then I had to wait like 2.5 years for the final season.
I did exactly
where
the
I had to
same thing.
rewatch the whole freaking thing because I didn't.
But I miss the old days where a show was on once a week, so you had that week to talk about it with your friends.
No, I want to see it.
What do you
all
think?
at
Oh, I
one
can't
time.
wait for next week. Oh, what do you think? This one's going to say this, and that one's going to shoot this one, and that's all
We're
gone.
so
You
far
watch the whole
removed.
thing.
We're
Now
so
there's
far
only
removed
Law
from
and
those
Order.
days.
I know, and I'm old. What?
Yeah.
Now there's only Law and Order, but thankfully there's like 5 different
Right.
Law and Orders now. It's like regular Law and Order is back.
And everybody in this building appeared on it as an
Right.
extra.
That was the big credit in like mid 2000s. Like this next comic was on Law and Order, and
Right.
the one after them, they're on Law and Order too. Can you believe it, folks? We got the whole cast here
That's
tonight.
coming up in the Giggle Room, Law and Order night.
Yeah, Christopher Maloney's doing an hour.
I mean, there is a lot to be said for like tune in next week, same bat time,
Right.
Same bat channel,
Right.
right? But those
which-
days are over.
Which was misinformation because there was no.
Which
bat
is why
channel.
your children roll their eyes
That's
over the
true.
slightest
Yes.
of fucking disruption.
If they have to wait for 1 second for anything. Yeah.
Yeah. But now some of the streaming networks are actually releasing things 1 week at a
Weekly,
time,
yeah.
and people
Yes.
are mad. They're like,
Yeah.
"Well, why isn't it all available at once?"
HBO Max, they did the Lakers story that just started. I thought
Right.
I was gonna, I was like, started at 9 o'clock the other night. I figured I'd rip through the whole season.
It's one episode.
I'm like, you know what? I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna watch it until it's over.
Right.
Yeah, that's what
It's
I
like
do.
it
I would
doesn't-
rather just wait
Yeah,
and have it all done, and then I'll watch it all in one sitting.
yeah.
Thank you, Taz. She likes waiting for shows too. And then but before that, mentioning Smallville now, Smallville. Now I have the "Somebody Save Me" commercial
Oh my
stuck in my head.
god!
You know what that means?
Yeah, that was a theme song. I forget the name of the
Oh,
band, but the song was like "Somebody Save." And Clark Kent is like 17 years old for like 15 years of that show,
Yeah.
and then it goes so far that he's in Metropolis at the end, and he knows Lois Lane. Like so, it was such a bizarre show.
Yeah.
Bizarro. I saw what you did there.
I didn't mean to do that. I would never do that to your audience.
Next question.
All 7 of them.
All
All right. So here's like the racy one.
Not
Ready?
the racy one.
That last one was pretty racy.
Yeah.
I still haven't recovered.
What is a clam jam?
Ooh,
Oh, jeez.
That's a Friday night.
That refers to the
That's
time
a really good Friday night, man. Clam
I went
jamming.
to Jordan's Lobster Farms, ordered some clams, and they did not shuck them. They didn't open them. I didn't know this. They just gave me clams that were closed.
Yeah, you have to
and
open
I
it
had
yourself.
no idea how to open them.
You
I only got
never
one open.
opened up clams?
I almost cut myself. That is a clam jam.
Yeah.
No further discussion on this. How do I get out of this?
Yeah, people don't know when they eat clams, they're actually alive when you're opening up the clams.
Well, I hope the clam I'm eating is alive. I'm not into eating dead
So
clam.
isn't it odd though? Because when you cook them, if they don't open,
they're still dead.
right? Then
Yeah,
they're
once they're in
dead.
the hot
Then
water.
you're gonna die if you eat the clam. If you open the clam on your own through cooking, you die.
I don't. Yeah. I don't
However,
get
if
that.
you so how do you know a cold clam when you open it if it's alive or not,
You
and if it's going to kill
don't.
you?
It's pretty risky.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but any clam is a good thing.
A Clam Jam was actually an episode title for an old Batman 1960s show. Batman and Robin in The Clam Jam.
Holy Clam Jam, Batman!
The clamor is back in town.
I'm gonna go with a beach party.
Nice.
Huh?
A beach party.
That's
a good answer.
And we do apologize to Jordan Lobsters if any business starts
Great
to tail.
food.
If business starts
Your
to
food
tail
was
off.
amazing. Just that one time. I think they were like, "Do you want them shucked?" And I'm like, "I don't know what that means. Probably not. I don't want them shucked. Don't
throw
chuck
it at
them.
me.
Don't chuck them." Yeah, I want to eat them.
Yeah,
What the hell's wrong with you?
scissoring? Scissoring. That's what I'm. Clam, because you get the clam jam.
You're talking with a two female scissor.
Yeah,
A two
yeah.
female. A female scissor.
Female scissor.
I like that.
That's
Oh,
what I'm
my.
going with. All right. The average sex session has how many thrusts?
The what?
Oh,
Your
wow.
average sex session has how many thrusts?
Is this multiple choice?
Right.
Yes, pick a number.
I mean, it depends how it's going.
Was there any masturbation prior to the sex during
Not
the day?
according to the article I read.
Okay, so this is like I've been pent up all day and it's going
43.
This was an article in the journal Royal Society Open Science. That's the name of the site.
And you're talking to Climax?
Yeah.
Let's get
Did you say 43?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's an average, right?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
What is? I don't even know.
I'm rocking in my chair trying to simulate right now. Trying to think.
Everybody
What's the,
get out of the way.
right, what's
I
the
know.
average? Somebody
I'm like,
time this. Yeah, you.
Am I in the way of you guys? I'm right in the middle. This is getting very messy for me.
We need to arrest
57.
like, most of the people in the chat right now.
250.
Wow,
Wow, Tony,
nice.
52. That's why you look so good, huh?
That's why I'm a happy
Yeah.
man, gentlemen.
52 looks like he's 48 at best.
Yeah. I mean, 250 is fine, but at like 98, I'm like, all right, you got to jump on top.
No wonder you're always,
I'm having a heart attack.
no wonder you're always sweating.
Wouldn't on top count too?
Yeah,
If
of
you're
course it would.
thrust, you're not,
Well,
reading a magazine
there's
down
joint thrust because,
Oh, yeah,
sometimes you're both moving front back.
there. So that should
Yeah,
count.
you're moving
Two,
together.
two,
Sure.
4. That can make my number 104.
See?
From 57.
It
what I'm
could.
saying.
It could. Yeah, it's a joint effort. Absolutely.
Someone said 69. That's the secret number.
All right. So there we go. Those are all the questions.
Thank God.
All right. So go ahead, Sally O'Neill. Your first question.
Okay. What is a duel between three people called?
A horse race.
Joe said
there we go.
what'd you say? Triage? Triage?
Oh, yeah, I have like a real answer for that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I apologize. But yeah, why not?
I said a triad. Chris said a battle. Andy Pagano said a truel. Jeff Bosey said gay porn. Beansy said triple threat. Fremder said a gay threesome. Carol Miner also said truel. All right. The answer is?
Andy Plagianos and Carol Miner are correct.
Oh, it is a truel.
It's a truel.
A truel.
A duel, a truel.
I've never heard that word.
I would not want to partake in that.
Me neither.
I challenge you to a truel. I'm out. I'm good.
Yeah, it doesn't sound very threatening.
Sounds too close to drool.
Well, I guess.
And I,
But the guy who's on the
A
side
drool
will
off.
have the advantage. Right? If you have two facing and one on the side, the guy on the side probably has the best perspective to survive.
Well, yeah, how do they
to
decide
survive
who
the
you're
truel.
facing?
Right.
Yeah, that's weird. All right.
I would like to condemn everyone's answer in the chat, by the way. Can we please?
What was the first name of Daddy Warbucks and Annie?
Oh, this is going to be good.
Joe had a whole bunch of
I hope
answers.
you wrote them all down.
Sally said Warner. Chris said Walter. Kirsten said Michael.
Leopold.
It should be something
Andy
like
said
that.
Wilma. Beansy said, what? Dick Hurts. Carol said Oliver Walbucks.
Oliver sounds good.
Bosie said Bob. And I think that might
I think
be
Oliver
it.
might be it.
Well, yes. Carol and I went to school together. I believe, Carol, what was it, junior high? I think you guys actually did a production of Annie. So, yes, she got it right. It is Oliver.
Oliver.
Yeah.
Oliver
1920s
Walbucks.
seems about right.
Yeah.
Oliver's Twist. That was
Yeah.
actually based on him as a boy.
Yeah.
Did
poor-
you know?
Poor child.
It's all in the Daddy Warbucks cinematic universe.
Very hungry poor child.
Is that true?
See, I
believe that
thought
took place in the 19th century. But
I thought Oliver from the Brady Bunch. I thought that was the childhood of Daddy
Cousin
Warbucks.
Oliver.
no, not even close.
Who the hell's Oliver?
That was
You don't remember
cousin
Oliver and the Brady
Oliver?
Bunch?
Oh,
The little blonde-haired cousin that came in towards
yeah,
the end?
when they
grow
had to
up
jump
and
the
like
shark, yeah.
take the whole
Yeah.
cast hostage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was very popular.
And then he was on What's Happening when Dee was making that hamburger commercial.
But he was like this the next
Dynamite.
generation of us because he was a whiny little dick.
Yes,
He
absolutely.
was an
right.
annoying little prick now that you mention it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was a fat little bastard.
Hate his family. They should have left him wherever he was. Where did he come from? Was he just on their stoop one day?
He was in Tiger's
They already had
doghouse.
Imagine watching the Brady Bunch and being like, you know what the show needs? Another kid. Because I'm bored of the other six.
Right.
What's missing?
One more kid. That's what will breathe life into this show.
Can you imagine like being a cameraman? Like those guys must have been the biggest brats. And some cameraman has to deal with their bullshit all day long, and he just wants to step on them.
Right.
Just that kid, just Oliver. He was the one.
Just kick him.
Yeah.
He didn't count. Just beat him up.
Cameraman.
We should find that guy and have him on the show.
Well, he's
should.
not coming on now.
Why? No. Well,
Oh, I'm going to look
We
him
hope
up.
him and his family are dead. Do you think he'll come on the show?
Did I say dead?
Next question, Sallie.
The act of watching numerous recorded university lectures at double time so that you can cover semesters worth of material before the final exam is called what?
This is the worst question ever.
That's a statement.
Acid cramming.
Crash learning.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one. Too.
I said speeding. Chris, you...
I
Yeah, you kind of skipped
no,
that.
like speed watching.
Yeah. Spark notes for lectures, says Taz. Coke habit? What is called a Coke habit, says Jeff
Sure.
Bosie.
That's actually a good answer.
Yeah. Tribbing, says Plajanos.
Oh, Adderall trip.
Adderall trip. I like that one too.
D plus average.
Fremder says what's called being a nerd, says Fremder. And speed crip from Kirsten.
Oh, that's a good guess.
The answer is
Chipmunking.
Ooh.
chipmunking?
Damn.
Yeah, I guess because you throw like all the information, in your head at like really quickly for no reason.
But right, and you take things that you won't even use.
Yeah.
Just like chipmunks. They just take things. They're like, I'm going to eat this. Nope, I won't.
So you would think in college, like chipmunking would lead to the scissoring, right?
Exactly.
Right.
So my answer's correct.
Yeah, I like both
And
your
this
answers actually.
was first used in an episode of Alvin and the Chipmunks where Dave threatened the kids and was
Right.
like, if you don't study for this test, you're not going to college. And Alvin was like, guys, let's chipmunk this shit.
It's funny though because I've actually
And they invent YouTube in that episode, even though it was like 1991.
That was a great show until they brought Cousin Oliver in.
Yeah, when he shows up and again takes the whole cast hostage. Just got weird.
My kid had to take driver's ed, and with COVID, they don't stick you in a car with like 3 other kids and a driver. You take it. You have to watch. I think it was like 27 40-minute videos on this guy in a car driving around town. It was awful. And you watched him parallel park, and he would talk to you in the car, and you'd watch 27 of these. And so we watched him on double time, and at first it freaked me out because he's driving down the car's like going down the road and the guy's voice is like really high, and you paid attention more. Like I think I got like more out of it.
So basically, they were teaching through video because you couldn't get into a car.
Yeah.
So this is
What?
what frightens me
Did
as I
they
get older.
seriously do Zoom driving lessons?
Yeah.
Forget that. Think about the
That's
kids.
awesome.
Think
Yeah.
about the in 20 years, these doctors.
And you had to pay the same
that had
price.
been learning.
Yeah, it was I had to pay the same price.
Online,
right,
with a picture of themselves in front of a Zoom camera while they were doing something else. This is very frightening.
Yep,
that's terrific. Okay, now go on the highway. Oh, you crashed.
Yeah,
that sucks. I'm gonna end the meeting now.
I had a.
If there's ever a time to sell your Allstate office, it's now.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of accidents later.
Well, quite honestly though, because my first kid got his license, just the normal way, and then, but this kid, I had to drive with him. I had to drive with him a lot of hours and log it, and it ended up being, I think he got probably more out of it than waiting for two other guys to drive him around, in the car. Like the time, I think it probably went better. But it did kill me that I'm doing all the work and I had to pay for it. It was the same exact price as my other kid. I forget what it was. It was like $450 or something.
They still do it through the school? When they went to school, right?
Yeah. So I had to teach him, and then I had to give someone a check, and I had to do the work. It was bullshit.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
It was like
what a grift. I want to get in on that.
Yeah.
I would have been like, yeah, just teach your kid how to drive, and then I'll watch a video of it and let him know if he sucks.
Yeah.
That'll be $400.
I'll let you know if he's going to pass or
Can I have
fail.
$450? Thanks. And I'm like, sure.
Why not?
Okay. What's William Broad. Who is he better known as?
Billy Batter and the Blobs. What's that guy's name?
What the hell are you talking about?
What's that one group that
Devo?
Billy something?
Billy
something and the Billy.
Billy Mira?
Yeah. No, a rock star.
Oh, Billy Idol.
Nope.
See ya.
Didn't Elio get you an interview with him?
Oh, Billy Vera. Billy Vera and the
Something.
Beaters or something like that? Yeah, something like that.
Not him.
No, not him.
Okay.
You use star loosely on that one.
Yeah, true.
Who?
Sting.
Sting?
No.
That's
Sallie said Meatloaf. Chris said Alice Cooper. Andy Pagano said Billie Eilish. Jeff Bosie says Tiny Tim.
I'm still sticking with ZZ Top.
Joe said ZZ Top. Fremder said the guitar player from the Muppets.
Oh, that's a solid one.
You actually were just joking and you nailed it. It's Billy Idol.
Oh, wow. Cool.
See?
Good for you. And who's Sting? What's his name?
Gordon.
Sumter or something?
Gordon Sumner.
Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Sumter.
Sumner.
Sumner?
Sumner. Sumner.
Sometimes you don't. You know what? I think sometimes you'd rather not know. Right? Like I'd rather just know him as Sting.
I actually think Sting is a cool name.
Yeah, Sting.
Yeah, and
he's a great guy. I had met him.
Really?
Yeah, I
Where?
met him.
How?
At MSG. So one of my best friend's fathers ran security at the Beacon Theater for 25 years.
Wow.
And he used to do a lot of VH1, and so I've met a lot of people, and it was the Male Diva show at MSG. And he was
Male Diva.
Yeah, remember they were doing those Diva.
I remember the
shows,
Diva
and then they
things.
did
Yeah,
the males version. Matter of fact, I had a friend from Florida ask me if I was chasing Enrique Iglesias through Manhattan. But what happened was our job was to get him to the limos, and the limo was on 8th Avenue, and the entrance for the talent was between 7th and 8th, and all the women were on 7th, and then they busted the barricade, and they started running. So he's running to the limo, and we're jogging behind him, and I just got my hand like this, and it's like the next day I'm like Access Hollywood. My buddy's like, dude, were you chasing Enrique Iglesias through Manhattan? I was like, no.
Yes.
I was trying to save him from the girls. I was like, but yeah. So, and that same night I had met Sting, and he was really just a cool, down to earth, gracious guy.
Oh wow.
You know, you would think he'd be, he was a little full of himself.
I just think
but
of
he
that
wasn't.
one song he has where he kind of just doesn't actually say words.
Oh,
He's just like, what?
He's got a lot of them like that.
Yeah.
Do you mean
when he
his
was
wife
with the
too?
police, he wouldn't
No.
do that.
Yeah.
But when he's on his own, he's just like, finally, I don't have to say words. I could just say nonsense.
No, I had not met his wife.
Yeah.
But I think the greatest person I ever met, which blew my mind, was Paul McCartney.
You met McCartney?
Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, that was wild because it was right before Letterman took over the Ed Sullivan Theater.
Just before it, you said?
Just before.
Okay.
It was a long time ago. And MTV used to do the Unplugs.
Right.
Remember from that theater?
Yeah, love those.
Yeah. So I was in the. You know, it's funny because back then, you know, if his father told you wear a suit, like you're like, all right, I'm getting a good spot, you know. So they stuck me in like the back staircase. I was like in a fucking hallway for like an hour. I'm like, well, this just sucks. I'm wearing a suit. And Paul and Linda, they were coming down with their bodyguard, and my buddy's father was coming up. And he's security guard for Billy Joel. He knows these guys a long time. And they stopped like right in front of me. I'm young. And I remember I was like, holy shit. And I'm just up against the wall. And they start talking. And Paul McCartney actually stopped. He could tell I was uncomfortable. And he stopped mid-conversation. He just looked. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm Paul. This is my wife, Linda. I'm like, oh, yeah. You know.
It's about time you introduce yourself.
Like, no, I was like, I know who you are, dude.
You know who I am?
Yeah, you know who I am. I'm the little guy in the suit, man. I'm making sure nobody fucks with you, brother. So those were good times, yeah.
Who's the biggest dick you met? Or bitch?
The biggest bitch was, I know you guys don't like to name names, but I'm going with it.
Do
was
it.
Mariah
If they're
Carey.
famous, it doesn't
Mariah,
matter.
yeah, that's no
Mariah
surprise.
Carey, right?
Yeah,
And
she
it
looks
was
like it.
so. It was when she did that show from her school. Remember, she went to back to
Yeah.
her school, middle school, or some shit over here.
Yeah.
And my buddy's father.
We know a guy in that video. Is that the video you're talking about?
This was. She came back. She did like a show.
Yeah.
Oh,
from
all
her
right.
school.
I thought you meant the
And I
MTV
forget it.
video
Somewhere
where
here
she's
on
in
the
the
island.
hallway.
It was a show. It was a school on Long Island. And his father.
Yeah, she's from Greenlawn. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
And his father used to be.
Oh, that
Tommy
explains
Mottola.
so much.
He used to be Mottola's security guard.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
when she saw him, she was like, he needs to leave the premises, and she went into her trailer and wouldn't come out until he left. And he was running the job. Like, he can't. And she ended up like 3 hours late. It was crazy.
No
and
kidding.
when J-Lo was with Diddy, they needed 16 different soaps in the trailer before they would even go in it, and they never opened one. The best guy, the great,
I don't disagree.
The one who had the most fans waiting for him ever.
Yeah.
Okay, now all these different people. We had to wait 2 hours to sneak him out of the Beacon to take him to Ruby Foos because people would not leave, and they just was Weird Al.
No kidding.
Yankovic. Yes.
Wow.
Right.
I actually saw him in concert
Yeah,
once,
he's
and I
great.
loved it.
He's
I
the
loved
best.
it.
He mugged me once.
He mugged you?
in New York City. Yeah, I was like, "Wow, Weird Al," and he's like, "Hey, give me your wallet." But how do you say no? He didn't even have a gun.
Like,
I was,
here,
I was
Weird
just so
Al.
excited.
He's actually going to be playing the Paramount, so I was thinking of trying to get him in here while he's in
really?
town.
Oh, wow.
You never
Isn't that
know.
odd?
You
Like,
never
out of
know.
all the people, like
Yeah.
people would not leave the streets.
You
They
met
just-
freaking McCartney, but yet
McCartney.
nobody
But
would
Paul
leave for Weird Al.
McCartney, like if you're not paying attention, you'd probably not recognize him.
Well, yeah, like now, but I mean, I know people that did because in the Hamptons have run into him. Everybody says the same thing. He's just
Yeah.
a really down to earth, nice guy. I mean, to think to be that famous and not to be that fully self it's a testament, right?
I've actually heard the opposite about Sting. I've heard he could be a real prick. So I'm glad you said he's a nice guy.
He was
I like
nice
hearing
to
about
me.
nice
I
people.
mean,
I
I
needed
was
to hear
keeping him
that.
safe from the cackling women, so maybe that had something to do with it.
I was
Cackling
ready to
women,
give
you
him a
know?
mean update on his Wikipedia page.
Bobby Bonilla almost ran me over once in a car.
Was he
Which
going to
didn't
pick up his
That would've been
yearly
awesome.
His
payment?
check.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would have been awesome. You would have been entitled to like $100 grand
true.
a year for
But
38
we
years.
weren't
The
surprised.
Mets could be paying you right now to not play for them.
Yeah, that's what they do. And they pay people that don't deserve to be playing.
Speaking of that,
Sir?
apparently Aaron Rodgers signed for $200 million with the Packers while we were here.
Oh,
on
did
the
he?
show, yeah.
Oh, wow.
For all the sports buffs out there.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
My turn.
I think so. I think I did the Billy Idol question.
Which marsupial is known for its temper?
I said Mighty Mouse. Chris said Muttley, and Joe said Jackals.
That's what I settled on, but I had many
Tasmanian
answers.
Devil
True.
up there. which
Tasmanian
I think-
Devil
I
is a
think-
good one.
I think that's it.
Kirsten said Kangaroo. Beansy said Magilla Gorilla. Taz says herself. Bosie says his kids.
Who said Tasmanian?
Andy Plajanos.
Yep, that would be
I
right. That's
thought-
why I was like
Oh,
trying to
wow.
get the Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah, and when I saw it, I was like, you know
I'm
what?
like,
I can't
who has
steal
a
his
temper,
answer. I'm not that comic. I'm not going to steal his answer.
You could have stole his answer.
I wasn't going to steal his answer.
That's very noble.
And I
of you.
should have known. They're probably Googling these things.
Well,
Yeah,
not
we've been
Plajanos.
suspicious, but-
You'd be surprised.
Right. They do know there are no surprises, correct?
Yeah,
The real prize is listening to the show every morning.
that's right.
Because you can't leave your house for probably legal reasons.
What year did Curtis Lewis start the Guardian Angels? Chris said 71. Sallie said 78. Joe said 79. Beansy said 82. Kirsten says 75. Plagino also says 75. Bosie says 77. Joe got it. It's 1979. So Joe's got what,
It
2
was
answers?
my idea, actually, to start the Guardian Angels.
Yeah.
I was at that meeting, and I was like, red hats, tight T-shirts, that'll bring the city back.
And you were what, 5 at the time?
Wasn't born yet, but doesn't matter.
Right, doesn't matter.
because I feel like, my energy was out there.
The red hat energy.
Yeah.
The red hat energy.
Now that's somebody I met. I met Curtis Sliwa once.
Yeah.
I only recently
think he was high
realized
when
it
I
was Sliwa and not Silwa. All these years I thought it was Silwa.
Silwa.
Yeah. Which he would have won if it was the other way. He would have won and just been like, hey, the mandate's gone, bada bing, and I'll quit. And just give the job to somebody else. That would have been his whole thing.
I'm going back outside with the other Angels.
We're going to beat up a garbage truck. Holding up traffic.
What famous writer invented the word vomit?
Joe said Martin Luther. I said Shakespeare. Chris said John 3:16. Andy Plagano said Dickens. Fremder says Timon and Simba.
I think that was a callback to the last question.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. It was. Bosie says Shakespeare. I think that's actually it.
Well, you and Bosie are correct.
Really?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm not used to being right.
Doth vomit thou? Damn you, vomit spot.
It was probably with Romeo and Juliet. He was like, take this and don't vomit it.
Yeah.
Because then
Right.
I'll die and you'll live.
Perhaps.
Good
Do
thinking.
not vomit this.
Do not die, vomita.
Do not die. Vomita.
All right, good. What the hell's the next question? Okay, got it. Phasmophobia is the fear of what? Sitting idle or doing nothing, being overwhelmed, being afraid to move out of town. Chris and Sallie both said moving out of town. Joe says sitting idle. Beansy, being afraid of being out of town. Kirsten says out of town. Bosie says out of town. Plagano says something about the sea. Is that? Am I reading the right question? The right answer?
It's not important.
Oh yeah, true.
Skip that.
Joe once again.
I mean,
sitting idle
I
or
came
doing
to
nothing.
play. I didn't even know this was going to be happening.
Yeah. I feel like we need to steal something from here and give it to him. Like that. There's a
I get one of these
magic
TVs?
wand
We'll
there.
find out what that means.
How about that mouse?
We're going to find out what stealing it and keeping it means.
Phone
in a
system.
moment.
I know, right? Well, that means one of you guys are gonna have sex with him before. Otherwise, it doesn't count.
What do you? Well, it depends.
some,
How
like-
many thrusts did he say it takes him?
We're gonna have a clam jam in here soon.
43.
We're gonna be clam jamming.
Is it my turn?
It is.
Okay. Oh, it's actually that question. What do you call an item that you keep from someone's house after you've slept with them?
Chris said 5-finger victory. Joe said gift of shame. I said proof. Plagano said booty. Thou shalt not vomit on my neighbor's smelly privates.
Stop reading his stuff. Oh
Okay.
my God.
Beansy says pinch. Maybe that's what he's talking about this question. A token of affection, says Kirsten. That's a good
Oh,
one.
that's a good one.
That might be it. Or
I like Kirsten's answer better than the real answer.
Fremder says it might be. You might have to go to the doctor for whatever you got from that person's house. Go ahead. What is it?
A screw veneer.
According to who? Who
Screw-veneer,
made this
wow.
up?
Is this,
Urban
I
Dictionary.
was about to say that's Urban Dictionary stuff, right?
Yeah, a screw veneer.
Screw veneer.
I think you need to, going forward, I would preface this according to
Yeah.
Urban Dictionary. Because I'm
True.
looking for legit words. I'm trying to rattle the brain.
Who was Clark Kent's high school sweetheart? Joe says Lana Lang.
Batman.
Probably
Now
Robin.
it all makes sense. Why both their mothers are named Martha.
Beansy says Lane. Kirsten says Lois Lane. And then there's also some Lana Langs. Oh, Lana Langs. Fremder says Lois Lane probably needs the ice. Oh, never mind. Yeah, it's Lana Lang. Lana Lang. Joe's on
He's
fire.
on fire.
Venmo at Joe Pontillo. Thank you.
Okay.
Last question.
For you.
You're
me.
definitely my phone a friend if I ever need it.
Yeah. What is a clam jam?
Let's see.
This is a tough one.
Chris said beach party or a good Friday night. Joe says unshucked clams. I said a female scissor. Bosie says someplace where I get to throw my clam hammer around. Plajano says tribbing. Right? Isn't that scissoring? Isn't that the same thing? Kirsten, when more than one thing is in a box. Hey, easy.
Oh.
Ooh. Fremder eating a dead clam. That's cold. Bosie, lesbian porn. Beanji says put lemon on the clam. It will move. All right.
Okay. The best answer is Pontillogram is back by Adam Snare.
Oh, look at that. Yeah. All right, what's the answer?
Oop, my phone just went out.
Mine is wrong. I'm going to lose
A clam jam is the equivalent to a cock block.
Oh, makes sense.
So that's what women would use?
Yeah, like if like yeah,
like when you go to pick her up and her friend's like, no, you can't talk to him. She clam jammed them.
She clam jammed
That does
them.
make sense.
That does make sense.
Yeah.
Does that actually happen, though?
I thought we just shared
Yeah,
the
it
other
does.
Does it?
It does.
It happened to you?
Well, women will do it, and then they'll go scissor. She's like, I'm taking you home. We're going to go scissor. I'm clam jamming you from him.
I'm all right with
We'll
that.
call it, so that girl could be a clam jammer and a cock blocker
All
at
at
the
once.
same time.
Yes.
Nice.
This is awesome.
I kind of...
Is that another one from Urban Dictionary?
Yeah.
I like this. I think I'm gonna start using.
Wild chipmunk.
I think I'm changing my vocabulary to the Urban Dictionary of
Yeah. Well, I look stuff up there because I don't know what my kids say anymore, so I have to like.
Right.
Nah.
The average sex session goes for how many thrusts, according to a report in the journal
I wanna know what
Royal
Sting's
Society
would be.
Open Science. Yeah, right. That's a lot of thrusts for Sting.
9,486,9.
Mr. President, open these clams.
Joe said 43. Chris said 57. Sally said 250. For me, it's the equivalent of how many licks it takes to the center of a Tootsie Pop, says Bosie. Plajano said 50. DJ D-Love says 2,607.
My man, DJ D-Love.
Yeah.
Fucking guys on Viagra.
Back in the house.
Well, Beansy said 2,678. So I think DJ was just trying to go one higher. Kirsten says 100. Fremder says 69 and a half. Oh, that's funny. Plajano said the true answer was him joking. He had no idea that was the real answer.
That's funny.
Okay. What? Taz says one of my friends was real drunk, and someone came up and said to her, "Oh, mate, you look terrible," and it was Sting.
That sounds about. He does that to everybody. Oh, you're Sting. Yeah, you look terrible.
You look like shit.
Yeah, because he's this majestic, good-looking guy, so everybody looks terrible to him.
He doesn't age. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's like 70-something.
He just drinks blood on
Is
stage.
he really in his 70s?
Yeah.
At
I
this
thought
point, yeah.
60s. Wow.
No.
No.
All right, get this. The answer
I don't want to. Oh.
According to a report in the journal Royal Society Open Science, intercourse typically lasts for 100 to 500 thrusts.
See?
So Sally nailed it.
Yeah.
Get it? Nailed it. Thrust. Never mind.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
Nice job, everybody.
Oh, that was the last one?
That was the last question.
We all lost.
Actually, you did better than anybody.
Oh, yeah.
You were the best loser.
Who knew you were so smart, Joe Pontillo?
Yeah,
That's a wide range, 100 to 500, right?
But it can often be a wide range anyway.
Could often be a wide clam.
It could be a wide clam, necessitating more thrusts.
Unless there's a jam.
Unless there's a jam in there.
There's a clam jam.
Blocking cock.
All right. Chris
we learned a
Cassandro
lot today.
in the Giggle Room with Terry McNeely, May 6th.
May 6th.
You know what's something to me? We have not ever met Terry McNeely. That's
True.
weird to me because everybody knows him.
You
He plays
deserve
here all the
some
time.
sort of award.
Does he come
just
in
for that.
here?
Oh, is that right?
No.
Does he come in here?
He plays here all the time.
And we just never run into him?
No. I've been hearing his name since our first day in this place, and I've never met
Yeah.
the man.
Okay.
But yeah, we got to get him in here before
Let's
that show.
stalk him.
May 21st, Joe and Brian in the Giggle Room. That's where they're getting married.
We
and you
don't
guys
know
can all
what
be
that show is going to be called, but I can tell you it'll be a hot ticket.
I think it
Literally.
will be.
Yeah.
Who else?
We're going to heat up.
Is it just two of you or anybody
we
else?
got Allie Walker.
Oh,
the
she's
host.
great.
Yeah. Who else do we book so far? I don't know. Somebody. Some
But you
people.
guys, are you guys coming in next week? What was it, Tuesday?
Did we settle on something?
I thought we settled, I think it was
I
Monday.
think probably.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll send the email
I'll talk
out and
to
double
my
check with you.
agent.
Talk to your people, talk to my
yeah,
people.
we'll set it up. You know
All
how
right.
it is. Brian might move before then, just to avoid it.
I wouldn't be surprised.
But he'll come back for the show.
Pontillo Comedy?
Graham?
What's,
Oh, what?
Pontillogram.
Oh.
Well, yeah, all of it. All your medias, your
Don't say
socials.
Pontillo Comedy, because that's my email, which one time somebody paid me with a check that was made out to Pontillo Comedy, and the bank was like, I don't think we can cash this. And I'm like, I'm Pontillo. I'm comedy. And, eventually it worked out. But, man, that was embarrassing. Yeah, follow me on YouTube or what's that other thing?
Instagram, Snapchat.
No, not Snapchat.
TikTok.
TikTok, yeah. Pontillogram on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook and Twitter is Joe Pontillo. And
It's great stuff.
send me money, please.
Joe makes
Things are
hilarious
bad.
videos.
I got to get home.
And now, so then you're back on Facebook now, or you're not?
Not yet.
Not yet.
No.
Waiting till the show happens.
Nothing yet.
And seeing how it goes.
Yeah, we're gonna wait how that goes first and see what goes on and how we're gonna tie it in.
All right.
We're focusing on one thing at a time right now.
Because you mentally can't multitask.
I gotta, I gotta put some content on it too, also, right? So.
Just argue with people. That seems to be what Facebook's all about.
That's what it's all
just
about.
Literally,
Or a video of a cat.
Yeah, just post a status update that says
Video of a
fight.
cat licking its ass is
Or a fight.
Yeah,
Right.
it'll get you the most likes in the quickest amount of time.
That's it. All right.
All right.
Thank you guys. This was fun.
Thank
Good
you.
to
Show.
see you again after 2 years,
absolutely.
pal.
Thank you for having
Nice.
me. I'm gonna.
And then, so one day next week, you're coming back. So that's cool.
Seemingly.
Today is Tuesday. What's on tonight? Oh, Joey Petroni on tonight?
Mm-hmm. He is.
At what time? 7:30?
7:30.
And then Hershey and the Keegs on
9 o'clock.
What? So it's a full night.
Full night here.
We'll see if Hirschman got his money back from the pizza place.
And they have Chris Monty on tonight, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. That's a fun show.
Yeah.
So don't miss Chris Monty on Hershey and the Keegs. Who's on Joey Petroni? Do we know?
I do not.
Okay. But, all right, so go watch it and find out. And then Sallie and I are not here tomorrow. But then tomorrow night, Donversations with Don Sill. I don't know who his guest is. But then...
Another guy named Don, because Donversations.
Donversations. Yeah,
Yes.
he only talks to Dons. So Donny Osmond. Don't miss Donny Osmond tomorrow night. And then Thursday, are you coming in Thursday or no?
Nope.
No? I'll be here with Dan LaRocco. Comedian Dan LaRocco will be here. Very, very funny guy. That's Thursday at 11. Everybody enjoy the rest of your Tuesday and your Wednesday. We'll see you Thursday. See ya.
Ow.